First day of school, a shy child meets new classmates and finds courage. It was a bright morning in September. The sun shone softly and the air was cool. Children walked to school with new bags, new shoes, and big smiles on their faces. Some held their mother's hands, some ran quickly to meet their friends. Everyone seemed happy and excited because it was the first day of school. But one little boy did not feel happy. His name was Daniel. Daniel was 8 years old and he was very shy. His family had just moved to this town during the summer, so he did not know anyone at the new school. He walked slowly, holding his backpack tightly. His stomach felt strange and his hands were a little cold. He thought, what if nobody likes me? What if I cannot make friends? What if I say something wrong? When Daniel reached the school gate, he saw many children laughing and talking. They ran to the playground, they hugged each other, and they told stories about their holidays. Daniel stood quietly at the corner. He wished he could be invisible. Then the school bell rang. The children lined up to go inside. Daniel followed them, his heart beating fast. The classroom was big and bright. Pictures of animals and numbers hung on the walls. The teacher, a kind woman named Mrs. Green, smiled at the children and said, "Welcome, everyone, to a new school year. I am so happy to see you. Please sit down and make yourselves comfortable." The children sat at their desks. Daniel chose a seat in the back, near the window. He hoped nobody would notice him. Mrs. Green looked around and asked each child to say their name. One by one, they stood up. "My name is Emma. My name is Jack. My name is Lucy." When it was Daniel's turn, he felt nervous. His face became hot. He whispered, "My name is Daniel." His voice was so soft that some children could not hear him. A few laughed quietly. Daniel looked down at his desk. He wished he was at home. Mrs. Green noticed his shyness. She smiled and said gently, "Thank you, Daniel. We are happy you are here." Her kind words made him feel a little better. After introductions, Mrs. Green asked the children to draw a picture of their summer holiday. Everyone took out crayons and started drawing. Daniel sat still. He thought, "I don't know what to draw. I don't want anyone to look at my picture." Finally, he began to draw a small house with a tree beside it. It was his old home in the countryside. He missed it very much. While he drew, a girl sitting next to him leaned over. Her name was Lily. She smiled and said, "That's a nice tree. Do you like drawing?" Daniel was surprised. Nobody had spoken to him yet. He looked at her and nodded slowly. "Yes," he whispered, "I like drawing." Lily showed him her picture. It was a beach with blue waves and a yellow sun. She said, "I went to the sea in the summer. Did you go anywhere?" Daniel thought for a moment and answered quietly, "I moved here. Before, I lived in a village." Lily's eyes opened wide. "Wow, that's interesting. I live in this town, but I never lived in a village. Maybe you can tell me about it." For the first time that day, Daniel felt a small smile on his face. Somebody wanted to listen to him. Later, Mrs. Green asked for volunteers to share their drawings in front of the class. Daniel wanted to hide, but Lily whispered, "I will go with you if you want." Daniel looked at her and felt brave for a moment. He stood up slowly, holding his picture. His legs were shaking, but he walked to the front with Lily beside him. When it was his turn, he showed the class his drawing of the house and tree. In a soft but clear voice, he said, "This is my old home. I like the tree. I played under it. I moved here in the summer." The room was quiet for a moment. Then some children clapped. Mrs. Green smiled warmly and said, "Thank you, Daniel. That was wonderful. You spoke clearly, and we are glad you shared your story." Daniel's heart felt lighter. He looked at the children, and some of them smiled at him. He realized that maybe they were not so scary after all. During break time, Daniel went to the playground. At first, he stood alone. Then Lily came to him with two other children. She said, "This is Ben and this is Sophie. They like drawing too. Do you want to play with us?" Daniel hesitated, but then he nodded. They played a simple game of catch. Daniel laughed softly. He felt the cold fear in his stomach start to disappear. As the day went on, he answered one question in class, then another. Each time, his voice grew a little stronger. He saw that his classmates were kind. They did not laugh at him anymore. They listened. When school ended, Daniel walked home with a different feeling in his heart. In the morning, he had been scared and shy, but now he felt proud. He had spoken in class, he had made a friend, and he had played a game at break time. He thought, maybe tomorrow will be easier, maybe I can be brave again. That evening, Daniel told his mother about his day. He said, "I was shy, but I stood in front of the class. And I made a friend." His mother hugged him and said, "I am so proud of you. Every big journey begins with one small step. You took your first step today." Daniel smiled. He went to bed early, ready for the next day. And in his heart, he carried a new feeling courage.